Let me tell you what happened.
You are not going to believe this.
No ways, that actually happened.
You know that feeling when you say something, and the second the words leave your mouth, you know it was a mistake. Your brain screams, no, 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 but it's too late. The words are already out there, floating in the air like a bad smell. Yeah, we've all been there. Today's story is about Alex. And trust me, Alex has been there more than most people. This is the story of the most medically educational first date in history. Welcome to English with Stories. Let's go. It's a Friday evening in the city. The restaurant is called La Bella Notte, which is Italian for the beautiful night. It has soft lighting, little candles on the tables, and gentle piano music in the background. It is the kind of place where people whisper and use their inside voices. It is, in short, the perfect place for a romantic first date. Sam arrives first, wearing a smart blue jacket, nervously checking the menu for the third time. Then Alex walks in, slightly out of breath, hair a little messy, waving enthusiastically from across the restaurant.
Sam, hey Sam, over here. Oh wait, you're already sitting down. Never mind. Hi, sorry I'm late. The bus was okay, it doesn't matter. I'm here, you look amazing by the way.
Alex, please, inside voice, people are staring.
Right, sorry. You look amazing by the way. Is that better, quieter?
Slightly, thank you. You look also nice. Sit down, please.
Great, okay, so this place is fancy. I love it. Very romantic. Very, what's the word? Atmospheric. Yeah.
I'm glad you like it. I made a reservation 3 weeks ago, so I really hope the evening goes well.
3 weeks, wow, you're organized. I like that. I am not organized. This morning I almost missed my appointment because I forgot I had one.
Oh, what kind of appointment?
Doctor's appointment, my annual checkup. You know, where the doctor just checks everything, makes sure you're still working correctly, like a car service but for humans.
Sure, yes, a routine checkup. Very normal. Shall we look at the menu?
Yes, absolutely. But okay, can I just say one thing first, because it's actually kind of funny. At the checkup, the doctor took my blood pressure, right? And the first reading was really high, like dangerously high, and the nurse looked at me with this face like I was about to explode. And I said, is it bad? And she said, let's take it again. And I said, is that bad? And she took it again and it was totally normal. Apparently I have what they call white coat syndrome.
White coat syndrome?
It means I get so nervous at the doctor's office that my blood pressure goes up just from being there. The white coat is what doctors wear, right? So I basically panic every time I see a doctor. My blood pressure shoots up, the nurse panics, then it goes back down, everyone feels silly. It happens every single appointment.
That's actually quite common. Okay, shall we really look at the menu now?
Yes, sorry, menu, food, romanced, focusing.
The waiter arrives and takes their drinks order. Things settle down. Sam starts to relax. The candle flickers. This might actually be a nice evening after all. And then...
Oh, speaking of my checkup, I forgot to tell you the funniest part.
We weren't speaking of it anymore. We had moved on.
Right, but okay, so after the blood pressure thing, the doctor said I needed to get some blood tests done. A blood test. So she wrote me a referral. You know what a referral is, right?
Yes, Alex, I know what a referral is. It's when a doctor sends you to another doctor or specialist.
Exactly, gold star for Sam. So she writes me this referral to go to the lab for blood tests, and she gives me this little printed sheet of paper with all the instructions. And one instruction says, fast for 12 hours before your appointment.
That's very standard. Fasting means you don't eat or drink anything before the blood test, except water, so the results are accurate.
Right, so I know that now. But at the time this is so embarrassing, I read fast and I thought it meant I had to get there fast, like quickly. So I sprinted to the lab. I ran the whole way. I arrived completely out of breath, sweating, hair everywhere. The nurse at the lab looked at me like I'd just run a marathon.
Alex, you did not think fast meant quickly.
I absolutely did. I had eaten a full breakfast, eggs, toast, the whole thing, and then sprinted to the lab with a full stomach. The nurse said, "Did you fast?" And I said, "Yes, I ran so fast." And she just stared at me.
Oh no.
She explained that fasting means not eating. I had to come back the next day, on an empty stomach, no sprinting required.
I am simultaneously embarrassed for you and relieved I am not you.
Fair enough, anyway, wine is here. Cheers.
They clink glasses. The waiter brings some bread. Sam starts to feel hopeful again. Alex takes a sip of wine, nods approvingly, and then naturally continues talking.
You know what? I think everyone should understand medical vocabulary better, like words they use at health appointments, because it can be so confusing, even for native speakers. Not just the fasting thing, all of it.
That is actually a very reasonable point. Can we discuss it quietly over food like two normal adults?
Absolutely. For example, do you know what a prescription is?
Yes, it's the written instruction from a doctor that tells a pharmacist what medicine to give you.
Correct, and the doctor gave me a prescription today for some vitamins, nothing serious. But I went to the pharmacy and I couldn't find my prescription. I looked in every pocket. Every single pocket. I have a lot of pockets.
And?
It was in my shoe. I have no idea how it got there. The pharmacist watched me remove my shoe in the pharmacy to find my prescription. I then bought the vitamins and left very quickly.
You found your prescription in your shoe.
I found my prescription in my shoe, and honestly, I felt proud I found it at all.
That is a very low bar.
I know, but I cleared it. That's the important thing.
The food arrives. It smells incredible. Sam orders the pasta. Alex orders the risotto. For approximately 4 minutes and 30 seconds, they eat in peaceful, comfortable silence. It is genuinely lovely. Sam almost forgets about the shoe incident. Then Alex puts down their fork.
Can I ask you something personal?
On a first date, personal could mean many things, but go ahead.
Do you have a good GP? A regular doctor you see for general health stuff?
A GP, that stands for general practitioner. And yes, I do. She's wonderful, very thorough.
I just got a new GP because my old one moved away and I had to register with a new practice. And when I went for my first appointment with the new GP, she asked for my medical history. Do you know what medical history means?
It's a record of all the health problems, treatments, and conditions a person has had in the past.
Yes, and she asked very professionally, do you have any ongoing conditions? And I said, and I cannot explain why I said this, I said, I have a recurring condition where I lose things. She wrote something down. She was very serious about it. I think she wrote patient is possibly confused.
An ongoing condition means a health problem that continues over a long time, like asthma or diabetes. Not misplacing your keys.
I know that now. She explained it very gently. And then she checked my medical history on the computer and told me I had a note from my previous GP that said I had a mild allergy to certain painkillers, which I had completely forgotten about.
Alex, you forgot about an allergy to painkillers.
It's mild, very mild. I just get a small rash. It's not dangerous. But yes, it's in my medical history and apparently I should tell doctors about it. And now I do. Lesson learned.
Actually, that's important. An allergy can be serious even if your reaction seems mild. You should always mention allergies at any health appointment.
See, you're helpful and you eat pasta elegantly. I like you.
Thank you, I think.
They order dessert, tiramisu for both of them. The restaurant has filled up around them, other couples, small groups of friends, a table of people celebrating a birthday. Sam notices, with some relief, that nobody at the neighboring tables seems to be listening to their conversation anymore. Alex notices the tiramisu arrives.
Oh wow, this is beautiful. Okay, completely different topic. Tell me about you. What do you do?
Oh, finally, yes. I work in healthcare administration. I manage the scheduling system for a group of specialist clinics.
No way, you book appointments. Health appointments specifically.
Among other things, yes. I manage the waiting lists, patient files, referrals from GPs to specialists, all of that.
So you know everything about health appointments. I have been speaking to an expert this whole time and didn't even know it.
You have been speaking very loudly about your personal health history to an expert in health administration, on a first date, in a romantic restaurant. Yes.
Is it weird that I find that kind of impressive?
It's very Alex. I'm beginning to understand that very Alex is its own category.
That might be the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Okay, since you're the expert, can I ask you one more health vocabulary question? Last one, I promise.
One more, and then we talk about literally anything else.
Deal. What's the difference between a symptom and a diagnosis?
Good question, actually. A symptom is something you feel or notice, like a headache or a cough. It's your body telling you something might be wrong. A diagnosis is what the doctor concludes, the official name for what's causing those symptoms. So the symptom might be, I have a terrible headache, and the diagnosis might be, you have a migraine.
That's so clear. See, you explain things really well. My doctor explains things clearly too, but when I described my symptoms last week, I had a weird pain in my side. She asked me to describe the symptom more precisely, and I said it felt like someone was poking me with a tiny, angry finger. She wrote it down word for word.
A tiny, angry finger.
A tiny, angry finger. She said my description of the symptom was creative but not unhelpful. Her diagnosis was that I had pulled a muscle, so happy ending.
A pulled muscle from what?
From trying to open a very stiff jar of pickles. The symptom appeared immediately. The diagnosis came 3 days later.
You injured yourself opening a jar of pickles and went to the doctor.
It was a very stiff jar, and I panicked. The symptom was alarming at the time.
I'm actually laughing. I'm trying not to, but I am.
Yes, that's what I was going for all evening. Mission accomplished.
And there it was. Sam laughed. A real laugh, not a polite, restrained, professional laugh, but an actual genuine, I cannot believe this person laugh. Alex beamed like someone who had just won a gold medal. The tiramisu was, in fact, excellent, and the rest of the evening, over coffee, and then a slow walk back through the city, was warm and easy and full of conversation about many things that were not health appointments. Though just before they said goodnight, Sam did say one final thing.
For what it's worth, fasting before a blood test is very important. You can't have any food or drinks except plain water for usually 8 to 12 hours before the appointment. The results won't be accurate if you eat beforehand. And please, put your prescription somewhere logical, not your shoe.
Noted, written mentally, stored, also second date.
Yes, but somewhere loud so nobody can hear us.
Done, I know a great place. Very loud, no candles, perfect.
And that, dear English learners, is the story of Alex and Sam's first date, possibly the most educational first date in history. Let's quickly review the vocabulary we learned today. We heard about checkups, those routine appointments where a doctor checks your general health. We talked about blood pressure, the force of blood moving through your body. We learned about referrals, when one doctor sends you to another doctor or specialist. We talked about fasting, not eating or drinking before a medical test. We heard about prescriptions, the written instructions from a doctor for medicine. We talked about a GP, a general practitioner, your regular family doctor. We discussed medical history, the full record of your past health. We learned about ongoing conditions, health problems that continue over a long period of time. And we covered symptoms and diagnosis, what you feel versus what the doctor concludes is wrong. 9 vocabulary words, all useful, all real, all things you might hear at a health appointment. Now, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment telling us, what's your funniest or most embarrassing doctor's appointment story? We'll see you in the next episode.
Did this make you laugh? Drop us a like.
Hit follow and never miss a story.
Subscribe to English Through Stories. Find us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. See you on the next episode.